What's up, guys? I haven't done anything for a while. So busy, very, very busy in the last couple days. So, you know what? I just thought I came today and do a video on making your own butter. Um, basically, butter in the store, like I think a pound is you get $5.99. It varied, but most time it's about $6 per pound, and if you get it on sale, then maybe $3.99 or stuff like that. And the thing about the store butter, it has preservative in it, so it can keep a long time in the fridge, And making your own like this right now is just two ingredients. You're gonna use a heavy whipped cream, and if you want it salty, put a little salt. If you want it unsalted, you leave the salt out. And you just need one machine, a food processor, or if you have a mixer, one of those electric mixer, your cake mixer, you can put it in. But the food processor is one of the best way to do it. You could do it by hand mixer, but it's gonna take a while because it takes a good couple minutes to be done. So I'm just gonna be using my food processor, and I'm using 1 liter of whipping cream, and I'm gonna show you as I go along the process that it takes. Okay, so I have a liter of you have to get it can't be skim milk, it can't be partly skim. It has to be like the maximum 40. I'm using 35% whole fat. It has to be whole fat. Okay, so I'm using this is a Lactantia brand. That's a good whipping cream, and this is a 1 liter, and it's 35% fat, all fat, because that's what you need. So I'm gonna be pouring it in the my my food processor is one of the older ones, so it doesn't have the much cup on the side. I think this one food processor, I have it for a good few years. It's still a good one, but back in the days they didn't make it with like the newer brands now are, have on the side 1 cup, 2 cup, measurement. This one doesn't have, but I know that this is a liter I'm using, and it's gonna be a little bit of noise because the food processor is gonna go for a while. Okay, and right here I have a bowl with some ice and water, because when it gets to that process, I'm gonna need that. Okay, so I'm gonna close it now, folks, and I'm gonna start blending it. So I'll just take a quick look and see. Wow. Okay, it's started to form. It started to whip, so I think so. Let's see what we have here. Okay, folks, right now I can show you this. See, this is whipped cream that form. You see? So it started. So see, that is whipped cream right there. So that you could use for any of baking, if you're baking anything right now, that's called for whipped cream. So it's reached this stage right now. That's about 2 minutes, into 3 minutes, and it's reached the stage of whipped cream. So let's take it continue. Like I said, it's a continuous process. It's not a very long process, but it's you know, it takes a little bit of time. Okay. Okay, let's give it the next check. Right now I am gonna put in it's a salted butter I want, so I'm gonna put in about a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon of salt. Okay, so I'm gonna add that to it. And guys, this is what it look like right now. See, so it's getting there. See that? I know my you know, I could take it off and show it to you, but it wouldn't be feasible. Then I would have to put. I see right now. Look at that. Yeah, so you know, it started to form. So I'm just gonna put my salt in. I'm gonna put in a teaspoon of salt because it's a salted. If I wanted, when I finish, like I wouldn't put the salt in there right when I finish. I just split it in two, put back half of it in the food processor, and add salt to that half that I wanted to be salted. But I want to get a salt. I wanted salt. I want salt butter. So that's it. So that could be done. So right now I'm gonna go back, and it's when it get to the point that it start to separate, and what separate and left is buttermilk. So here we go again. I'm just gonna run go get my cheesecloth. I'm gonna need them. Okay, let's check and see, folks. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, folks. Look at that. It's not there totally yet, but you see that? Yeah, so it's gonna get to a part that you're gonna have the liquid. There's liquid gonna go on one side, and anything that else that left will be the butter. So I'll just continue to whip. Like I said, it's not a very difficult process, but it's a slow thing, you know. Sorry for the noise, folks, but that's how it goes. It's a noisy food processor. Let's see where we're at. My gosh, folks, it's, I think I have to throw a little bit of water in it. Put a little bit of water to help separate it. You know, folks, it tastes like butter already, even though it haven't got there as yet, but you know, so I put some water in to make a little bit here. Here we go. take another look. It looks very smooth. Yeah, see the water start to form in the bottom. Yeah. So this is what we have here, folks. See? Thick, creamy, so let's get in there. Slow process, get in there. See the water start to form in the bottom? Yeah. That is the buttermilk. Pour some more water. A bit more water. Down below, that's the buttermilk forming. Yeah, it started to take shape now, yeah. Yes, it does start to take shape. So, look, see folks? Yeah. Even the color started to change now. Wow, folks. Let's get in there. See, it started to separate and form. Look at this, folks. You see? Oh, yeah. And all this water will be buttermilk, and buttermilk you could use to bake with. Look at that. This is the butter you're starting to form, folks. You see that? Yeah. See? Look at that. That's the butter started to form. So, it started to separate from the buttermilk. So, let's get in there. Takes a little while, folks. Not a lot of work, but you have to be patient. It's forming. Wow. Wow. Look at this, folks. Look at this. I think we have butter. Yeah. So you see, all this liquid is buttermilk. That so once you see you reach that stage, you know it's almost there. See, it's forming. So I think just a little bit more, maybe another couple minutes. See, look at that. That's butter. Only 2 ingredients, and 1 if you don't want to have salt in it. Heavy whipped cream and a good food processor like mine, and you're good to go. And patience, some patience. Oh, I think that means, I'm pretty sure that probably means it's ready. It's coming out. So I use a liter of whipping cream, and it's 35% fat. Wow. Well, you know, folks, if it's me, you know, something gonna fall, something gonna break. That's how I do it. Anyway, so let's see now, folks. See, that's butter. That's butter right there. You see all that water coming out? That's the buttermilk. So this is why we need the ice water right now, to put it in the ice water to separate all the milk. Then I have to use a cheesecloth to squeeze it, because if you keep leave the buttermilk in it, and when you put it in the fridge, it's gonna get rancid. So see, so we have to get all the get it in some cold water. Farm it, get in some cold water. The buttermilk I'm just gonna strain off. Yeah, so that's butter right there. It's done. So I'm just gonna strain off the buttermilk. I'm gonna take it off. Okay, folks. Yeah. And basically, here it is. So I'm just gonna use a cheesecloth, and I want my cheesecloths are because I need a good cheesecloth to squeeze it through. Okay, so we're just gonna get rid of the buttermilk, and then I have to form it and put it in some ice water to separate more from the, get rid of all the milk from it, because if any milk left in it and it goes in the fridge, it will spoil. It will become rancid. So this is what I have here, a bowl of ice water, and what's gonna happen is that I'm going to see, I'm trying to get out the milk, so I'm gonna put it in my cheesecloth, and then put it in the cheesecloth and you squeeze it. You squeeze, see, look at that. You squeeze. The thing about the cheesecloth, it comes through. It works well, but it comes through it. You don't want to have so it's a little difficult. I'd rather use I also bought the tea cloth, so I think I'm gonna use the tea cloth because it's more easier. You see, with the cheesecloth right now, it's going straight through. The butter is going straight through, and I don't want that. So I have a tea cloth here. Oh, it feels so good on my hands. So folks, I think I have to use a tea cloth. And these tea. Okay, so right now, I'm gonna squeeze it out and just put it in the cold water. The cold water will help to see, all that is buttermilk coming out. You got to get rid of all of that. So I'm just using a tea cloth right now. If you take that out, I want to get rid of all of that moisture. That's all buttermilk. See, all of that. Yeah. See, look at that. All of that has to go. Okay, let me just try to wow. So folks, put it in. I have some more, a little bit more. So there's still more buttermilk coming out. So get the rest of the butter. It's a simple process, but it has to be done right. Otherwise, it won't work. So I'm just gonna squeeze this last little bit out. And like I said, the buttermilk you could use in your pancake, you could use for muffin, you could use in cakes, you know, because that is. And if you're not gonna use it right away, you can freeze it. Put it in a container and put it in the freezer. Don't leave it down below. Or if if you're gonna use maybe in a day or so, a few days, then you can keep it down below. But don't keep it down there for too many days. So right now I'm just trying to separate this from my cheesecloth, the rest of the butter from my cheesecloth. This is the messy part of it here, folks. Once you get it so I think this is it, all of it here. Yeah, so I think I'm looking at 1 pound of butter in the store for $6, and this is a one liter of milk cost me I think I pay about $6 something for that liter of milk. And I'm sure this is more than a pound of butter right here. You know? So, economically, and if you have the time, and like I said, it's more natural because this will last down in the fridge for about 2 weeks. You can keep it in the freezer for a long time. And look, your regular butter, you could keep down in the fridge for even years, right? So, what keeps it? You know, is what they preserve it, but this is natural. So anything natural, it's not it will last if you keep it up in the freezer. So that's more healthier for you. And as for margarine, margarine is no good. That is, so butter is your best bet. Margarine is man-made, sucking it. Just came about in a few years ago. Yeah. And in butter you have whole fat, so that's the good fat. In the margarine it's unsaturated, and all of those other what is all those other fat? You have lipid, and all of that is in margarine. All of those fat is there, you know. So folks, this is the buttermilk here. I have a little bit more to strain out. So you see, yeah, there you go. That's the buttermilk. So this is what comes from, this is what you get. So when you see you doing it, and when you see it reach the point of this liquid, you know your butter is done. Your butter is ready. So that's the buttermilk right there. 2 cups of buttermilk come from a liter of old milk, whipping cream. So let's see what it's saying here now, folks. Yep. Yes, folks. This is butter. Wow. Folks, it tastes good. It tastes good. So finish with this cold water. Yeah. I think I have a butter. I think this is about 2 pounds here, folks. So, folks, that is about roughly 2 pounds of butter. So, just one ingredient you need, folks. 2. Your old milk and some salt. Like I said, I wanted it. So if I didn't want it all salt, what I would do when it's done, I would cut it in half and put it back in the food processor and add some salt to it, and then have half fresh and half salt. But I want it all salt. So I just you just add the salt as you process it. So this is it here, folks. That is how butter is made, and that's how easy it is. Butter right there. Just making a little bit of adjustment. Like I said, I am the camera lady, I am the cook, and the head bottle washer. So folks, that's butter, and this is the byproduct of it, which is very nutritious buttermilk. And this buttermilk you can use to bake. You could put in your ice cream, you could make muffins, you could put in your cake, put in whatever you're doing, buttermilk. And it's good in the fridge down below for a couple days. But if you're not going to use it right away, put it in a container and freeze it. And the same with this butter, will last about 2 to 3 weeks in the fridge. And if I'm not going to use all of this, so I just take off a piece and you just put the rest in the freezer. And this is 2 pounds of butter. 1 pound in the store is $6 a pound, unless you get it on sale. And I have 2 pounds of butter here from 1 liter. The liter of heavy cream cost me about, I think it was about $5.99, $6. So, and you know, like I said, this is all natural. This is why it will go after a while down in the freezer. It will go I shouldn't say bad, because it's just natural stuff, no preservatives in it. So you know what, like I said, folks, I make a lot of stuff for myself, and I just thought I'd just share this with you guys today, that you know, you can easily do it for pennies on the dollar, you know, and you know, it's healthier, it's much healthier. So guys, if you like, you can please share and subscribe. So this is how butter is made, and this one is salted butter. And like I said, if you want to do it, if you want to have it, you know, some fresh, you can just cut it in half before the process is finished, and then you put back piece in the food processor with whatever amount of salt you want to add. And like I said, I had salt to this because I wanted all to be salted. Okay, so folks, that's it right there. So I hope you enjoy watching this video. So anyway, have a good day, okay? Take it easy. Peace.